Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Carrie and this is Book for Romance. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back, friends. I'm so excited to have you. Today we're going to talk about books that I wish were in audio. Okay, now if you are a member or have been coming to my channel, you guys know how much I love audiobooks. I live off of audiobooks just for the fact because I have 3 children, and let's be real, like if I sit down with a physical book, they really think I'm not doing anything. Like, oh, mom's free to help me do whatever. So audiobooks have really helped me survive to be able to read and be a mom at the same time. There's numerous reasons why people use audiobooks, and I feel like they're coming more and more popular. I just went to a signing this weekend, and it was with Love in Las Vegas. And just to show you guys how popular audiobooks are, the line to see audiobook narrators was like 2.5 hours. That's how long it was to see some of the big ones. I'm talking Teddy Hamilton, Zachary Weber, Joe Arden, Ava Erickson, all the big ones. It took a long time to see them. So audiobooks are becoming a really big thing. So I wanted to talk about some books that I would love to see in audiobook. I know for the authors, there's certain reasons why some can't do audiobooks. I know it's an investment for these authors to make these audiobooks. So this is just a personal, like, I wish if I had a wish list, I wish this would be an audiobook. Nothing to be like, hey, make these audiobooks right now to these authors. I would just be like, oh, I would be so excited to see this in audiobook. So no throwing shade at any authors. I understand that it takes a lot to make these audiobooks, not only with the finances, but finding the narrators. It takes a lot of work. But if I had a wish list and could make these audiobooks, these are the ones I would probably make. And we're going to start off with one that you guys all know that I love this author so much. Her name is Mariana Zapata. If you have not heard me talk about her, where have you been? No, just kidding. You're probably new to this channel if you have not heard me talk about her. But the first one I'm going to mention is When Grace Met the Grump. I'm going to put it right here. And it's only because I know eventually this will come to audio. But with Mariana Zapata books, I feel like I need to read her in audio. This is an author that if I read it physically, I don't think I will like it as much as I need that dual narration or a narration to see how she's either telling jokes or the banter between the two characters. I did physically read one of her books. It was, you know what, I'm going to just put it right here. I know the names elude me. I've read all of Mariana Zapata's books. Actually, I feel like I could find it really quickly right now. And it's going to be up here. So you guys, all roads lead here. So it's going to be up here, but I just want to let you guys know with her, I'm going to do a video of like a ranking videos with her. I've already decided, but I need to reread this one in audiobook because it did get a low rating from me in the physical form. And I feel like I will be changing my ranking once I hear it in audiobook, because some authors I do just prefer to hear an audiobook. So yes. So I am patiently waiting for When Gracie Met the Grump. I cannot wait to hear that in audio. That's why I'm waiting to physically listen to that, because I know if I physically read it, it might get a low rating from me. The next one I would love to see in audio, which everyone has been talking about this book. I'm dying to get an audio. I know it's coming in audio, and that is Flawless by Elsie Silvers. I got this beautiful book from my friend Nicki. But yes, I am so excited to read this one in audio. I'm waiting for it. I think it's coming out in December. So what I've gotten from this book is he's a professional bull rider. He's getting in all sorts of trouble. She has to babysit him, and he cannot, he can't touch her. So it's literally like a forced proximity. I feel like a little bit of a forbidden romance. I don't know. I'm excited about it. I cannot wait to read this one. And then book 2, which is Heartless. I've heard amazing things about that, and I'm just patiently waiting till this comes out in audio. I know I'm gonna love it. It's one of those moments where it's like 5-star prediction. Absolutely. Hands down. Next, you have Between Hello and Goodbye by Emma Scott. Now, this one is really interesting because this is like, what is it? Like a touristy romance. She goes on vacation. He's a firefighter. It sounds like he's a grumpy hero. She's a sunshine heroine. This sounds really, really cute and good. But again, this isn't an audio, and I don't know if the author plans on putting this in audio. But yes, this is another one I would die to have in audio. I know Emma Scott has some of her books in audio, but yes, this would be one I definitely would love to see in audio. I just have a feeling, again, this would be another 5-star for me. And yeah, again, would love to see this in audio. Next, we have June 1st by Jennifer Hartman. I'm really excited about this one. I did in the Audible sale purchase Still Beating, and I know she has a few others on audio, but for some reason in my heart, I just want to start with this one, and it is not on audio yet. If you know if there's plans to make this an audio, please let me know in the comments below, but this one sounds amazing. I was fortunate enough to meet Jennifer at the signing in Love in Las Vegas. She ended up signing my book, but for this one, it sounds so good. You have a scarred hero. Apparently, when he was younger, something tragic happened to him, and he was forced to move in to the heroine's home. It sounds like forced proximity and a little bit of a forbidden taboo romance. It sounds so good, and I really did want to start with this one. So I'm hoping that Jennifer has plans to make this an audio. If not, you know, that's a thing. I'll probably wait on reading this until I have time, because I don't know if I mentioned this in the beginning, but the reason why I do a lot of audios is because, and then I'm sorry, I'm just sticking this in the middle, is that, when I get going with my workday of like being a mom, doing homeschooling, whatever, I have my audiobook in, and it's really hard for me to like bounce back and forth doing multiple reads with multiple different books because my memory is not so good. So when I'm going on the run, I have my audiobook in. So at night, I would not start a physical read of something. I would just continue with my audiobook. And then you'd be like, oh, but then you have time to do a physical read. You would think that that's not the case. I will start another audiobook knowing that I'm not going to finish it. So if I have to go driving the next day or do other things the next day, I would keep going with that physical read, because I'm not a person that could read multiple books at a time because I tend to mix them up. So that's another reason why I do audiobook. I just forgot to put that in the beginning, but yes, this is a reason why I would love to see this in audiobook along with all the other ones I'm mentioning. So, okay, the next one. This one is Lullaby Scars by Holly Mans. Now, I know that there was a book club who did, I think, either book 1 to this, one of them, and I wanted to read it so bad, but again, time did not allow me to do it. But I would be really excited to read this. Again, you have a tormented hero, you have great world building, and another forbidden romance. I think there's a trend going here about I need like a tortured hero and a forbidden romance. I could see this as being a trend of like what my reading style is. Any like scarred hero or heroine, sign me up, because I just feel like it adds something to the storyline. So yeah, so I would really love to see this in audio. This is a novella, so this would not be hard to read. But again, if this is just 0.5 of like a 3-book series, so then I would need to go into one book, 1, 2, and 3. And normally I like to read them in sequence because otherwise I'm a type of person that I tend to forget what I read. So if I read them close together, then I would, you know, be able to retain the whole series. This would be The Rogue Report. Now this is a historical. This is definitely this reminds me a lot of the Bridgerton series with Lady Whistledown. You do have someone who is doing these rogue reports and you don't know who it is. So I definitely get this Lady Whistledown vibes. And something I've noticed about the historical romance community is not a lot of historical romances do audio. And it's because they've been written so long ago. And I think audio is really finally getting into being a new thing where authors are realizing like, okay, if I'm doing a book physically, I do need to do the audio. So I would really love it if a lot of historicals went back and made the audios. But of course, like, this is all wish list for myself. So I don't know if you guys agree with me, put it in the comments below. So I'm not the only one being like, hey, historical romance community, let's do some more audios. I know there is a lot of audios. I was able to read Sarah McLean in audio, Joanna Shoup, like there's other, like Stacey Reed. There are other people in audio, but I mean, I'm just throwing it out there to be like, hey, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Audio would be great in this. Okay, another one that I would love to see in audio is 5 Rounds by Nicki Castle. I got to meet her at Love in Vegas. And yeah, she mentioned that she's going into audio, but she's not sure yet. But yes, this one, I am dying to get an audio. She said probably by next year. So hopefully that is the case. You can't go wrong with an MMA fighter. Like, close proximity. It sounds like the heroine's financially in trouble and she has to deal with this arrogant person, hero, grumpy hero. Yes. Sign me up for it. I'm very, very excited about it. So yeah, so we have that one. And then also Samantha Young. She has her new one coming out, but I think only book 1 and book 2 for Samantha Young is in audio. Okay, it looks like it's called The Dare Family. And all I remember, I do remember book 1 vaguely. Book 1 was, let me see, it was Here With Me. I have to admit, like, I did guess what happened at the end, but that's okay because I thought it was really fun and interesting. You have our main heroine who shows up at her dad's work, who works at a castle, and then our main hero, grumpy hero, shows up and is like, you can't be here. And kind of like mysterious things start happening where the heroine's life starts to get threatened and a whole bunch of stuff happens, and it's really cute. It's like a romance mystery. So I'm not a huge fan of romance mysteries, but this actually was really, really good. This author did On Dublin Street, and I really did enjoy that whole series. So, and that whole series was an audio, so I could see this author continuing with audio with this series. So I really did enjoy that one. So yeah, okay, the next one I want to talk about is Funny Feelings by, I think it's Tahara DeWitt. I hope I said that correctly. This one was recommended to me by my good friend, Caitlin from The Love Librarian. And I really would love to see this one in audio. Just for the fact that it's about a comedian and her manager. And I think it's like a friends to lovers. Sounds really super cute, and I would love to see this in audio. If you know if she has any plans to make this in audio, please let me know. I would really love to see this one in audio. Okay, you guys, here are some honorable mentions because I'm going on my Kindle right now. Because Kindle Unlimited, I always have those maxed out, but do I read them? No, I don't. Like, they're just on there in the hopes that I get a minute to read them. But I have Taken by the Dark Elf King. It looks like it's Charlotte Swan. I'm going to put it right here. That sounded amazing. We also have a few others I wanted to mention. We have The Tyrant and Alpha's Rejected Mate. I'm going to put this right here. I got that under Kindle Unlimited. Sorry, when I look on my Kindle Unlimited, it says Kindle Unlimited underneath. So it's really hard for me to see the authors. So I'm trying to go in here really fast to see the authors, which it's not allowing me to see it, but I'm going to post it right here. I also have, A King So Cold by Ella Fields. I've wanted to read this forever. You guys, forever. And yep, still on my Kindle. So if any of these authors feel like making these audiobooks, that would be amazing. So just throwing that out there. I figured a great place to look was my Kindle for some of these recommendations. I would like to be an audiobook. Also, A Hot Vampire Next Door. right here. I would love that to be an audio. So yeah, if we ever did like a Kindle clean out and they were all in audiobooks, I could really clean out my Kindle. So those are some honorable mentions. Okay, the next one I'd like to see in audio is The Crush by Carla Sorensen. Maybe by the time this goes up, this will already be out in audio. She said a couple days because it needs to get approved by Audible. There's a whole nother side to what the authors have to deal with once they submit it to an audio company. I'm not sure how that works, to be honest. If anybody else knows, please let me know. I'm just curious what the process is. But this is a spinoff to her Washington Wolves series. So I think it goes The Lie, then The Plan, and then The Crush. I've heard amazing things about this book and I'm really excited about it. Carla Sorensen is one of my favorite authors. She wrote The Bombshell Effect, which that book is everything to me. All of those are in audio. And then also her other series, which is also a spin-off to the Washington Wolves series, is The Word Sisters. And The Word Sisters were chef's kiss. So if you do want some good audio recommendations, I would definitely start with the Washington Wolves, go into The Ward Sisters, and then head into this one. Great books. I know they're all technically standalones, but for me, I like going from the front to the back to kind of see how it transitions. Just a uber big fan of hers for sure. Okay, so the next 4 books, I'm going to just hold them up really fast. I talk about these in the Wanderlust book haul that I did, or the vlog that I did. So the first one I would love to see in audio is Our Last First Kiss by, what is that, Darlene Tallman. I just love this. I mean, honestly, I could try to physically read this in a day. This would probably make me take a day or a day and a half. But if I could choose to get this in audio, I totally would. This seems really cute. Honestly, I bought it for the cover. The next one we have is For the Love of a Wolf. It's a shifter romance, which we all know how much I love shifter romances. But again, I would love to see this in audio. It is a series. I don't think it's an audio. I'm pretty sure it's not an audio because I checked these, but I could have missed one. And then the last 2, as you know, I just want to throw them up here just to show you, like, this is why I need audio. Plain Love by Avery, what is that, Kingston. See, I started this, see, I never finished it. And it's just because, again, I just don't have the time. Like, I started, I get 50 pages in, and then it's like, I'm on to the next thing, running around being mom. So, and then this is the second one for her, and it's, it's Hush Darling. And this is one where she's running from an abusive relationship, and then she's pregnant, and she shows up to a cabin, and the hero has a disability and he is deaf. So this one seems like really good, but again, smaller author. I know it would be much harder for her to make audios, but in a perfect world, I'd love to see this in audio. So I think that is just a few, because I know I'm going to do this video and be like, oh, I missed that one. Oh, I missed that one. So, yes, but I want to give a big thank you to all the authors who do audio and make my life a little easier. Because let's be real, if I love the audio, I buy the physical copy. So it's kind of like you get a twofer from me. Not everyone's like that, but I know it's kind of a genre for audiobooks that's coming out where lots of people are going to audio now, realizing how much more time you save by listening to audio because you're able to do things while listening to audio, and then you could get more books in. So if authors see this, I hope you guys make those into audios. That would be great. It's a bucket list for me to be like, hey, if you need someone to listen to your audio arcs, I can do that too. But yeah, I hope you guys are all having a great day. Please put down in the comments below which audio or books that you have physical copies to that you would just love an audio to, just to see how they would do it or what they would do with it. And yeah, and if you like this video, please like and subscribe. And yes, and I know I'm going to be doing more videos. I know I missed October, but I'm going to try to film every Friday to just try to keep it consistent and see what I get out. But yes, I hope you guys are all going to have a great week and talk to you guys later. Bye.